about, that spiritual awakening and the waves and all this. Yeah, all that's fun, but nobody really walks through the shadow process.
She said, don't leave when my eyes
hello, friends. Hello.
Is it my fate? Is it selfish if I let go?
Happy Saturday. What's good, Key? What's the word, everybody? What's going on? What's good, Steph? Man, the weeks be going by so fast. Folks who have been on these before, welcome back. This is your first time, welcome to Beantown Talks. We got Sonye on the track. For folks who may not be familiar, just dropped today, actually. Welcome. Also, happy daylight savings. I didn't realize that happened last weekend. I was so caught off guard. I'm not mad at it though. It's a little darker earlier, but the days feel a little longer. I don't know if anybody else is feeling that way. Came to the last session, bless your soul, because it was 2 hours of greatness, but it was 2 hours. Oh man, what's good, everyone? What's good? That was Sonye, another amazing artist from Boston, artist, producer, songwriter, photographer, all the things. I can't even put a genre on him. He's got hip-hop, R&B, funk, a whole bunch of stuff in his catalog. Another artist with Beat the Odds. Last week we had another Beat the Odds artist. So, I work with Beat the Odds, so I might be a little biased. But listen, we got some dope artists that we have coming up. So, that was Android 18. Just dropped that today. Super, super dope. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. I hope everybody's been doing well. It's a chaotic month. The political landscape is real interesting right now. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but listen. Y'all got some hitters. We sure do. But I hope everybody's been staying blessed. And seasonal transitions. I feel like I'm in a seasonal transition myself. So please stay well. Make sure you treat yourself like a plant. You need your water. You need your sun. You need your nutrients, all the good things. Sending a lot of love right now to Jamaica. Once we get into the events coming up, there's actually an event to support the Caribbean that we'll talk about in a second, but I am sending so much love to you, to any families that have been impacted. It's a real interesting time right now, and I guess history always repeats itself. We just gotta lean on each other, y'all. Also, big shout out to Mayor Wu, Boston's first female and first Asian American. She ran unopposed this year, but She just got confirmed to run for her second term. Y'all can say whatever you want about her. I'm sure everybody's got their opinions, but listen, her words were, "We want Boston to be the hub of the universe's talent, the best city for families, the safest city, the greenest city, a place where people from all around the world with big ideas continue to come as they have for 400 years to help make sure that our future is the brightest that it can possibly be." Okay? So regardless, I know we got a whole bunch of issues in the city, affordability and all of that, but like, she's got her heart in the right place, and I love that these are where our priorities are at, and I think we're well on our way. So shout out to Miss Wu. Hello everyone coming through. Welcome, good afternoon. Welcome to Beantown Talks. If this is if you've been here before, you kind of know the drill by now, but for those of you who are new, I'm gonna go over some real simple housekeeping rules. Oh my god, baby stacks. Wait, baby stacks. I thought I was the baby stacks, but there's somebody who's smaller than me. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I've never met anyone with the same. There's another Stacks in the city, but he spells it Stackz. Shout out to Stacks, the OG Stacks. I low-key stole his name, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put an X at the end so that I'm not like fully copywriting it. You feel me? It's similar but different. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for being here. What's good, anti-socialite? I feel like the usernames, I can't always remember y'all's real names, so please forgive me. But thank you so much for being here. Beantown Talks. This is where we talk about Boston's past, present, future, open forum style, super conversational, unfiltered. When I say all perspectives are welcome, I really mean that. Whether the things that you love, the things that you hate, everything in between. This is really just a space where we talk about all of it. Messiah, the best lame ever fair. Huh? I'm not sure who. Is that your name? It's okay. I'm gonna go back after this. I'm gonna go in the DMs and make sure. I be forgetting. I can't be memorizing y'all's usernames sometimes. Hello, everyone. Hello. Yeah, my name is Stacks. If you don't know me, I wear a lot of different hats, but I'm just a purebred Bostonian with a 6-foot vision. The dance community. I was just talking about Stacks. I am more so in the music scene. That's what I do. I do like talent management, but all of them blend together. Spoken word, the poetry community, dance community, the visual arts community. There's so many different scenes out here that I've been able to see a glimpse of. But I got you. We gotta bring on some dance folks on here for sure to speak to that. But it's definitely thriving. I know that for a fact. Oh, I didn't forget you. No. Hold on, I got you. I'm gonna hit you up after. But yeah, every week we bring in a special guest from the community, someone who's been at the forefront of the creative scene, and really just someone has a really great perspective on the city and some beautiful gems to offer. I'm Gen Z. I just got hit to all of this literally like within the past year. And even though I'm from here, I didn't know how expansive the scene and the creative ecosystem out here was. What's good, Komai? Want to tap in with you. We're planning a show for December that we want to lock you and Saza in for. Say no more. I got you. Yeah, forgive me, y'all, y'all gotta give me like a few days sometimes to catch up with these DMs. I feel like you sent something earlier. I'll tap in with you for sure. I did. I used to dance. I did. I was part of this dance company. I did like competitive dancing for a second, And then I did some like super light stuff when I was in high school, like just with my friends. And you know what's funny? I actually just started to get back into dancing. I've been in this phase of like recentering myself. So yeah, I'm digging back into my creative roots because I've been on the business side a whole bunch. I've been helping other creatives, and now it's time to replenish my soul. If you are somebody who's on the business side, like if you're a manager, if you are in marketing, or like literally just anybody who's behind the scenes, like please don't ever forget that you are a creative as well, and that's what keeps us alive, man. Yeah, look at all this networking, fire. Yeah, so we bring in special guests every week, and like I said, all perspectives are welcome. Anyone's able to join. It'll be a two-way conversation, but we have the ability to have up to 4 people at once on these sessions. So if you at any point feel inspired to like chime in on the conversation and actually like hop on live and say a few words and keep the conversation going, please, you can request to live down below, or you can also put a little hand wave. Oh, go by. Man, shout out to you for being here. This platform isn't nothing without y'all. This is for the community. Let me put the little hand emoji here for anybody at any point. If you want to hop on, you can just put that in the chat. I'll write your name down. I'll make sure we got a list going. I want to make sure everybody gets heard and seen. So yeah, and then let's just keep the language respectful. Let's keep the vibes clean. I know that this topic around the city can get emotional sometimes, and you know, people have a lot of thoughts. Very traumatizing things can come up as well, and I want to respect that. But you know, as long as there's no hate speech, no vulgar language, this goes for the comments as well. Let's just keep the conversations productive. That's really what this platform is about, right? It's like not only bringing up the grievances, but it's also being like, okay, well, where are the solutions? How can we put the solutions in front? And we've got a lot of people, I mean, myself included, like I'm dedicated to, I can't solve every problem by myself, but I know people who can solve certain problems. So, you know, this is kind of a forum for that, bringing up the things that we can take to the change makers and the leaders and the people who have the power to make really impactful decisions. And then if you have any questions at any point, welcome to everybody hopping in. Please feel free to pop them into the question section. There's like a little speech bubble with a question mark. I'll be checking that regularly. Or you can also just throw your questions in the comments. I'll be reading them and keeping an eye on them throughout. Even if you just want to add to the conversation, maybe you don't feel comfortable hopping on live today, that is totally fine. I do encourage you though, because I'm a big energy person. I love direct conversation, but feel free to throw your thoughts in the comments as well, and I'll be reading them throughout. And yeah, that's pretty much the rundown. We've got some events coming up and exciting opportunities that I want to share with y'all. Tomorrow, I don't know if y'all are hip to this platform, Feel It, Speak It. It's Boston's only monthly open mic movement dedicated to uplifting LGBTQ plus and communities of color. They're celebrating their 16th anniversary tomorrow with an open mic, open to the public, and they'll be featuring Letta Neely at City Hall Pavilion. So again, that is tomorrow at the City Hall Pavilion from 5:30 to 9 p.m. Completely free entry. I'll put their Instagram here if you want to find more information. That's going to be FEEL, Feel It, _ Speak It. And shout out to them, because 16 years to be doing it consecutively is absolutely beautiful. Second, there is the Greenway. The Greenway is doing their first ever open call for the 2026 Dewey Square mural on the Greenway, thanks to Embrace and Everyone 250. If you haven't seen this mural, like it's stunning. Like, you can't miss it. If you go in the downtown area, like, South Boston area. If you haven't been to the Greenway in general, it's a beautiful, beautiful part of Boston. I believe Pro Black's mural is still on there. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. What mural is up there? Is it still the hip hop? I haven't been there in so long. I don't know what mural is up, but they cycle through different artists. It's like 70 by 76 feet wide. Like, it's absolutely huge. Y'all can do a Google search right after this if you want to check it out. Oh, they changed it. Oh my gosh. Welcome everyone coming in. Oh man, that was probably one of my favorite ones. And I think they historically like haven't used like Boston artists. Like, they've had other artists come in and do the mural, but that was a big deal because it was like homegrown. So yeah, but there's an open call. They usually just select it themselves, so this is a big deal. And it's definitely a major landmark in the downtown Boston area. So initial submissions, it's like there's like a whole process, but initial submissions are due by November 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to put the page here that y'all can go to find out more. This is for all of my visual artists in here. That's at Greenway Public Art on Instagram. And then lastly, this upcoming Friday, there's a whole bunch of local musicians coming together in the city for a World Music Caribbean Hurricane Benefit Concert in light of the Hurricane Melissa devastation. If you can't make it in person, there are still ways to support and donate, but all proceeds will be going to these organizations: Better Jamaica, Haiti Global Youth Partnership, and Families in Cuba. So absolutely beautiful. Shout out to Jarif and everybody else who's a part of that. November 14th at the Warehouse 11, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And I'm going to put Sophia's information. I hope I'm saying her name right. At SAFIYA.music. Again, sending so much love to our Caribbean community and families right now. And if you want to hear about more events, y'all, we have a Discord. We have a Discord that gets updated on a daily, if not weekly basis of events like these, opportunities like these that are coming up in Boston and or the Boston area. We are a little under 500 people in that Discord, and it's an absolutely beautiful space where creatives of all kinds, artists, poets, dancers, visual artists, doesn't really matter what your art form is, you are more than welcome. Managers are in there, producers, engineers, videographers, photographers. It's really just a space where we can all connect. And then, of course, for me to let y'all know about all the things that are going on, because I promise you, it's too much. It's too much, but in the best way possible. There's something going on every single weekend, I guarantee you, and a lot of really great organizations and platforms that are trying to help artists win, including our mayor in our city. They just want creatives to win, and they understand and they see the potential in this city. So the link to that Discord is in my Instagram bio. If y'all want to hop on, free to join. Feel free to invite others as well. Other than that, I think we're going to get into our special guest, y'all. You know what's funny? I just met him. So I am late to the party. Y'all were struggling so hard trying to guess the person for this week. And I just got hit. We met at, well, first I'll say, I think what's really important for me is gathering as many different angles and perspectives as possible when it comes to arts and culture in Boston, right? Like, you know, we can bring in the organizers and the platforms and the organizations and the leaders and those decision makers. Like, they're incredibly important, but I also want to highlight the artists and creatives. Like, that experience, like hearing from them, is really, really important to this entire conversation. I met our guest just a couple weeks back at this book launch for the world's first hip hop and R&B crossword puzzle. Okay, y'all? Yeah. Shout out to Smoke and Stroke and GB Free. Absolutely beautiful event. I'm gonna keep pushing Fanta as a future guest. Wait, why don't I know that name? Fanta? Tell me more. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of really great ideas. We gotta get NOG. There's so many people that I'm sure that I don't know either. Like, please put me on. Yeah, no, it's a fire creation. Smoke Fanta vibes. Okay, say no more. Yeah, I have a whole list of people that I'm trying to get on, including Amanda. So many people, man. Keep them coming. I'll definitely look into them. But yeah, I wish I had. Actually, I'm gonna put Smoke's info right here at Smoke, SMOKNSTROK. Yeah, he's doing really, really great work. Someone who's really for the culture, for the community, for hip hop. And the book is cool because it has, like, at the very end, a whole bunch of artists, like, from Boston and their songs. And, you know, of course, it's not meant to have, like, everybody, but it's a lot of people who've made a significant mark, at least musically and artistically, on the local scene. So it's really, really cool. I was doing one of the crosswords the other day. It is tricky too. It's not easy, and it's definitely, you know, a lot of it isn't in my generation. So it's cool because, like, you know, it pushes you to research and, you know, find out more and just, you know, bounce back in time real quick. So huge shout out to Smoke. But yeah, I'm a huge energy person, and I can tell, like, really quickly, you know, what your intentions are and what your soul feels like. And, you know, not everybody, I have a really deep appreciation for people who carry that kind of purity. We're in times where, especially as a creative, it doesn't even inspire you to carry light sometimes. It's very diminishing. It can be really dark. And so I was so blessed to come across this guest and feel so much of that. I love meeting people who genuinely love the city and carry so much perspective. And the thing with me, like, I'll start asking questions, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me save this for a Beantown Talks. This human being just lives on a whole other frequency and radiates so much love. Treasured artist, creative visionary, and a certified wordsmith. Straight from Roxbury. I'm gonna have Mr. Hey, there was not a single person who guessed it right for this week, so a hidden gem.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's the word? What's the word?
How we doing?
Oh my gosh, man, we are blessed and highly favored.
Every day.
Thank you for hopping on here, man. I realized when I met you, I never got to ask where your name comes from. Like, just like, Milkshaw Benedict is a name, bro. First of all, you gotta tell me, is that your government name? And tell me if
No,
it's not. Like, where,
no, that's
where did
not
it
my
come
government
from?
name. That's not my government name. My government name is Malcolm Elijah Shaquille Grant. That's my name. And
So
that,
both of them.
yeah. It's crazy that you asked me that because it's funny, like Milk and Malcolm, like it's we're the same people, but we have different like values, not values, but like things about us. Milk kind of was created out of my creativeness as a kid. So when I was younger, I used to play Pop Warner, and we
Mm.
used to have a coach named Coach Chip, a Boston Raiders. Whoever is a Boston Raider kid, I was a Boston Raider, and if you grew up in the time period, everybody on the team had a nickname. Everybody on the team got
Mm.
a nickname. Everybody got a nickname. Now, me growing up, my nickname was Big Head. Like my head was huge. You know what I'm saying? Like my head is the same size as it is like right now as it was as a child. You know what I mean? Like I had to grow into my head. So like I always had a big head. They call me Waterhead. All different type of all different type of mean stuff,
Oh
right?
my
But
gosh.
my coach, he didn't call me. He didn't really call me that. He called me Milk, and I think it was because it was a variation of Malk. You know, I
Mm.
ran with it. Now, like since like maybe like sixth grade, I've had the nickname Milk, right? And I would like play around with it. I'd be like, oh, I'm the milk doctor. I'm the milkologist, and just a kid, bubble letters in my notebook. You know what I'm saying? Making all these little variations of
Wow.
milk, and then I ended up coming to I like came up with like a secret agent name, and it was Milkshaw Benedict. It was like, oh,
Jeez.
I'm James Bond. I'm gonna be Milkshaw Benedict, right? So when it came time for me to be like an artist and everything, I picked that name. But I want to add something. I did not understand. I don't know why I picked Benedict, but now that I'm older, I looked up what Benedict means. Benedict means blessing. I didn't even know that. When you give a benediction at a funeral, you're giving the final
Wow.
blessing. And I was like, milk is life, obviously. Like it's the food source of life, milk gives you strong bones. And then the blessing part, I didn't even put two and two together when I did it. I just did it.
Wow.
But now I realize I'm like, oh shoot, my name is a blessing. I'm giving you life. You know what I'm saying? My whole name is a whole blessing. You
You
dig?
were cooking. You were cooking as a
You did.
youngin', bro.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it. And that's a lot of what art is, and I'm sure we'll get into that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, can you, for the record, just tell people who you are, where you're from, what you do, all the things?
Yeah, of course, of course. I'm Milkshaw Benedict. I'm an artist, teacher, curator, rapper, producer, world builder. Um, I just put world builder is the for sure the overall arching theme of what I do. I'm from Roxbury. I was born and raised in Roxbury my whole life basically. I just moved I live in Jersey. I work in New York. So I work in the Bronx. I teach music production to high schoolers, and then I'll do like side gigs, like where I'll teach elementary students or middle school students and stuff like that. But I'm out here in New York. There's a couple of us out here. Clark just moved out here, which is fire.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Brooklyn. Who else is out here with us? The Static Selector. He lives in New York. Um,
Mm.
there's a couple people out there's a bunch of people actually. I'm not gonna say there's a bunch of people who may not be artists, but they're from Boston and they're
Mm.
doing big things out here. So I
I
came
bet.
to I came out here to stretch more and to become the artist I always knew that I can be.
Mm.
I needed another step.
I
Yeah.
feel you. Now we'll definitely get into that. I definitely
Yeah.
want to pick your brain on that
Of course.
move. We got Tiffany in the chat. She had the same moment learning my name. Tiffany means manifestation of God, basically a miracle or vision.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know. That's what Tiffany means. That's fire. That's like epiphany.
Mm, look
Ah,
at that. We doing alchemy here.
that's hard. That's hard. Okay.
Yeah, the power of words is so beautiful. Can let's get into your story and keep sitting in your youth and your childhood. Like it sounds like you latched on to like creative expression really fast. Do you know where that comes from? Was that something you saw in your environment and you just naturally picked up on? Was it innate? Like what was that
Yeah,
like?
I think it was both. I think there was something. Um, my parents are creative people, and they were always doing some type of creative projects at home. So my mother, she was when I was growing up, she was a makeup artist, and she had her own makeup line called Lip Hop.
Wow,
and it was
that's
yeah,
good.
it was for a black woman. It was supposed to be, like the culture's makeup basically,
Wow.
right? And she had a couple different tones. She still got a couple tubes of that lip gloss, I'm sure. And she was doing that, and then my father is a DJ. Um, he's Jamaican also, and I grew up in a real like he's like this mix. Like he's an immigrant, but then again he grew up in Dorchester, so he got like this combination in him, this immigrant slash like black guy thing, that I got to grow up under. And when you're
Mm.
an immigrant, you know, there's certain principles that get passed down to you. And I think that moving and doing things was always in my environment, and then also the creative energy was also in my environment. So I was just doing stuff. I wasn't necessarily thinking about it. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna be an artist. I just wanted to be cool. I just wanted to be liked.
Mm.
I just wanted to. I just loved love, and whatever I loved,
Mm.
I did it. You know what I mean? So, growing up, like I said, all these things are around me. Like my dad, he had a studio in the basement, right? Like he had records everywhere. We always listened to music, and then like they were churchgoers. So like we would go to church. That's another creative place. Like when you talk about like
Mm.
worship, and you talk about like words and speaking, and then like school, like I was pretty good at. My dad used to work nights, so like he taught me how to read early. Like I started reading at like 3,
Wow.
so he was like drilling me early, like, and then like math, like I was doing like long division, like I was doing a lot of things, just doing them, and then the environment grew from there. And as you get older, you start realizing that you have to pick something. But I didn't. I was just doing stuff. So me writing my name in my notebook, that's just from seeing the graffiti, the graffiti documentaries like Wild Style, like as a kid, and
Mm.
just being loving the culture. I wasn't thinking about nothing else though. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I love that. It seems to be a theme though. Like you know that you're kind of in alignment and walking in purpose when it kind of just happens. It's not really anything that's forced. It just kind of happens to be that way.
Yeah, yeah. It was it was really natural, and it still is very natural.
Have you ever picked one, or you kind of still doing it?
Yeah, no,
Sounds
I
like, I mean,
picked.
the
I
multi
picked.
hyphenate.
Oh, I picked. I picked for sure. I picked rap. I was like, at
Mm,
18 is when I picked, because when I was in high school, I dabbled, but I didn't really do it. I was dancing in high school. If you're 20, you're 24.
24. Mm-hmm.
So when you was, I don't want to do that to you, but in '09, '10, like 10, I was in like a dance crew. Like we was outside getting light. Like we was like,
Oh shoot.
before when jerking got dope and everything. Like we was the first ones in Boston. Before jerking, there was the get light era and crumping. Right. Let me just break something down. So this was
Mm-hmm.
the cool stuff in the city. Like you was a dancer. And we were the first ones to bring the retro style to Boston, and I'm standing on that. If my peoples know, like '09, '11, if you was with us, we was the guys with the flat tops. We had the old school '90s flat the snapbacks and stuff, green bottom snapbacks. I mean, all the cool
Wow.
stuff, like the old school jerseys we had. Like we was wearing bright colors. We had a boom box. We would walk around downtown with a whole boom box that worked with the aux cord. It worked. We was using the boombox with for the music and everything, bumping '80s, '90s music, and we was just expressing ourselves in a
Mm.
different way. So I was a dancer. Even as a kid, I wanted to dance. I wanted to be Michael Jackson. I wanted to be Usher. I wanted to be Chris Brown, right? And those are the people that I wanted to be, because I mean, movement, man, always got to me. Breakdancing always got to me.
Mm.
But then I always had those guys, like, what's crazy is Bow Wow. Bow Wow was huge to me as a I wanted to I wanted to be Bow Wow. And I think that always stuck with me, that like rapping, like I always wanted to express myself. And I got good at it, you know, naturally, until I decided to be an artist is when I was like, yo, I'm going to rap because I can kind of do all of those things that I want to do within this one lane. So I picked rap. You
Mm.
asked me what I picked. I picked to rap. And rap actually, not to go off on a tangent, rap is what pushed me to is what pushed me to other mediums.
Mm.
It inspired me to be better at other mediums. So rap is the thing that inspired me to be better at life. It showed me everything. It showed me lessons. In songwriting, there's lessons.
Mm.
In concept, coming up with concepts and executing a song, executing visions, all of these things have helped me in my life, and I learned it just through trying to put words together. And
Mm.
how do I complete a message? How do I end this off? You know, how do I capture a feeling? All these things are important in everyday life, and you don't really notice it until you start creating something. And that starts from anything. That doesn't have to be rap. It could be, I just want to create a business, and then you start learning like,
Mm.
oh, I this connects to this, and this connects to this, and oh, that's just like a metaphor right there. Oh, I can see that, right? And you start like mutating your knowledge to
Mm-hmm.
fit other things. So I can pick up more things now. Like I could paint probably. I'm probably not going to be Picasso, but I'm pretty sure I could paint, you know, just off the idea that I know how to rap. So,
Mm.
you know, um, I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, that's
No, this is beautiful. I mean, hip hop in general is a lifestyle. It never even started as just one singular
exactly,
art
exactly.
form or specific canvas. It looks like so many different things, and there's so many different elements involved. Before we get into the transition into like professional artistry, because I see Restoring the Feeling said, I miss when people was getting light. Can you, and somebody talked about the dance community earlier too. Can you kind of dive more into what that scene looked like and how it operated at that time? Was it
Hmm.
any different from how the hip hop community was operating? Like, what did that
Yeah,
look like?
yeah. It was super different. So here, all right, I'll give you a good outlook, right? So the dancing and everything, I'll tell you straight up, it wasn't a cool thing. It wasn't like we made it cool. You dig? Like we got called gay because we wearing skinny jeans. Like we got all different types
Mm.
of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we made it cool, right? All those same people, like they that was calling us all different types of, they ended up wearing skinnies, right? They end up being, you know what I'm saying, or
Yeah, of
dancing
course.
downtown. Yeah, exactly. Which was a lesson in my life that I learned. I was like, oh, like, man,
Mm.
do what you do, bro. Like you already ahead of the curve, right? So the dance community was like it grew, but it was separate, kind of, not all the way, but it was kind of separate. Now, a lot of your favorite rappers from Boston used to dance because I said they came out of that crew era that I came out of. Whether it's
Mm.
God, whether it's Cousin Stiz, I'm sure Stiz used to crunk. Like I'm like 95 to 100% sure. Like you know what I'm saying? DYC down in Phil's Corner, that was the crump spot. Like that was all.
Wow.
Shout out to Jalor. Shout out to all the legendary guys that were over there creating. So we did. There was, I guess, like a parallel, but not really. So that the times, like let's say high school for me was like I graduated 2011. So like a little bit after high school and during high school, the rap that was coming out of Boston was very, very local inspired. The person who kind of changed a little bit of the demographic or his success changed the demographic was Michael Christmas. And
Mm.
when Christmas came out, it was a intentional opposite approach from what was going on in the city. A lot of the city's artists were like, what's his name? What's his name? Mass Pike Miles, Smoke Boja. These are like neighborhood dudes, usually street affiliated dudes. That's who was quote unquote winning in
I
Boston.
see.
So the Michael Christmas of the world, just like how we came and we were wearing skinny jeans and we were like, yeah, we different. You know what I mean? Christmas came out. He was like, I'm different. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing almost like how Lil Uzi was like refused to be like
Mm,
freestyle. You know what I mean? It's like no, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? And that was kind of like a switch within the city's identity, and it's what we needed because a lot of us felt stifled by the Boston anthems. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't want we didn't want
mm.
to do that. They we didn't want to rap like that anymore. We felt like it was stale, right?
And what
And
time period was this shift?
this is 2012, 13 blog era shit, right?
Got
Oh,
you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
trying to
good.
hush.
You're good.
Okay, okay. But this is like blog era. This is 2011, 13, 14, like you know around that time. So the city started to come together. There was a couple movements. So Michael Christmas, I said Michael Christmas, but he was part of that movement, the 12 for 12 movement. That Tim LaRue, who's from Connecticut, he's
Mm,
this kid. He came to the city. He went to Northeastern, and he saw what was going on in the city. And I think he worked for Complex, or he had somebody that was it was somebody he had somebody like locked in with, like it was like a big a connection to like either Complex or like one of those ill blogs, Pigeons and Planes or whatever it is, whatever
mm.
it used to be. And they created this movement. Him, I remember the guy, the what's his name? Don't do this, Malcolm. There was a videographer, another white guy, who was cool as hell, man. I'm forgetting his name right now. It'll come up.
Somebody will get it in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, yeah, it'll come up. And they picked 12 artists from Massachusetts to be like kind of like the I guess like a foundation for everything else. It was like Replay, it was Jeff Replay, Stiz, um God at the time when he was like Chef Boys. It was Reem Scully, it was Rams, it was Khalif. These guys, a lot of these guys are still making music, by the way. Like
Mm,
Christmas, it was OG Swagger Dick. It was who else was in this? Rams. I remember my guy Rams. It was a bunch of other people. Dom of the Year. It was a bunch of people, right? And this was a whole movement,
wow.
right? And a lot of other things happened within that movement that like kind of slowed it down. But people got big off of that. Christmas got on tour. Stiz is Stiz. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these things happened from that movement and allowed the city to kind of have like this freer. It was a freer feeling. And when you talk about Boston, sometimes it can become really like boxy,
Mm,
or the energy can feel like uh I guess boxy is the word. Boxy is the word. It's not. It's just is what it is. It's a little bit of crunchy, and new ideas aren't always going to be like accepted. So
yeah.
it was a movement, man. It was a movement, and it changed so much for artists like me who was around it. Um, but I
So
wasn't as
were
good
you
yet.
entering during that movement? What
Yes,
was your
exactly.
entry?
So like this
Oh, I
is
see.
I just when I decided that I wanted to do it is
Oh,
when
wow.
everything was popping off, and looking back on it, I was doing research, and because I'm that's who I am. I'm a research guy.
Mm-hmm.
Um and it helped me so much on my journey to see that, to be around them. You know what I mean? To call them friends, to be like, oh,
Mm,
like, yo, I know this. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I spent time with you. You know what I mean? Like, that helps me like kind of normalize my race, and be like, okay,
yeah.
I'm ready. I'm gonna go for it too. And I feel like a lot of artists in the city feel the same way whenever they see other people doing it, at a high level, right? If
Right.
you see Saza, I'm sure kids that are younger than Saza are looking at Saza like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just won $5,000 from a show. Like I can do that too now, right? And
Mm,
that's how it works. That's how it works. And
yeah.
just seeing it helps so much, so
So
much.
during that era, did you see, because there's like that like path to go down, which is preferred, right? Like we don't see each other as competition, but then also we have a tendency to see each other as competition. Like
No,
was
don't get me.
that movement, was that okay? Yeah, go into
There
it.
was competition. There was, and that's why the movement didn't last. You know what I mean? Because
Mm,
there's a lot of competition, and that's the boxiness of Boston, is the competition part, is that we kind of acknowledge, but we don't really, almost like we try to make it, we do our best to make it like family oriented and all that type of stuff. But realistically, everybody can't go, and you're
mm,
gonna and you're gonna run into, oh, you're supporting this person more, or you're supporting this person more, and it could become really political. And um what I don't want to for people to think of it as a negative. I think it's actually natural for stuff like that to happen when you're breaking through, right? If you're breaking through to get to
mm,
another level, some people aren't going to agree with your vision or your journey. It doesn't make them wrong or right. It doesn't make you wrong or right. It's just, it is what it is. It's not for me at the moment, right? So there was a lot of competition.
mm.
There was a lot of competition, and there's still a lot of competition. And I
Yeah,
want us to acknowledge that, to be like, yo, don't get it twisted. Like, I love you. You know what I mean? But it's always competition. You know, it is.
right.
And as much as we don't like it, I mean, it is what it is. That's the world
Iron
that we live
iron
in.
sharpens iron, man.
Iron sharpens iron, and that's why we're so good now. I feel like, but I feel like we should acknowledge it now, though. Like, we should acknowledge it. Some people should be like, I can't work with you. You know what I mean? I can't work
Mm-hmm.
with you right now. I'm working on my shit. You know what I mean? Like that's okay, and that's what New York taught me. New
Mm.
York taught me about boundaries, and about, like, yo, it's okay to, like, dip off, or it's
Okay,
okay
wait,
for
hold
you.
on. Before we
Okay,
get
my
into New
fault, my
York,
fault.
because that's gonna be a whole. I
Gotcha,
got a
gotcha.
slew of questions for you. I want to welcome everybody who's joining in. Cooperation over competition, absolutely. If anybody has a question for Milk, or just a general question to throw in the conversation, please feel free to pop them in the chat. I'll be reading them as we go. If you want to hop on at any point and add, you are also welcome to do so. Um, Before we get into New York, I want to stay with Boston for a little more. I think what's so interesting is hearing and understanding that the city has gone through these like temporary stints or like phases of success. And then they like it sounds like there's different moments where the flame is alive and then it ends up dying. Like, so for this movement, because it wasn't the first one, like, what I mean, you touched on the competition being that factor. Like, what's good, Smoke? We were just talking about you earlier. Oh my gosh.
Smoke's in the chat.
Yeah.
Hey, my guy.
Oh my gosh, was good. Thank you, Smoke, for bringing us together. I wouldn't have met Milk if I wasn't at that event and if you didn't organize it. So thank you. I mean, you are the common denominator in this conversation.
That's
Um,
right.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But yeah, you were touching a bit on the competition factor, but have you been able to see like why we haven't been able to really like break through? Or it sounds like we've been
Yeah.
able to break through the glass ceiling, but then we just come right back down.
Yeah. I look. Me and you. We thinking about. We are scientists. So you know me. I've always been. I'm like, why is this like this, right? One thing about Massachusetts is that we have to understand the identity of what Massachusetts, of what it is, right? How it started, where it comes from, like what makes Massachusetts money, right? Like what really is Massachusetts about? Okay, so like one of the things that I've learned is that the identity of Massachusetts is not initially an artistic identity
Hmm.
in general. It's just not. It's not a city built on arts. It's not. It's never been. It's built on education, hospitals, and churches. It's a Puritan,
Hmm.
what they call it? It's a not a colony, not a Puritan colony. It was a, I'm forgetting the actual technical term of what Massachusetts is, but it's like Pennsylvania.
It's not Commonwealth, no.
Commonwealth. It's a Commonwealth.
Oh.
Yes, 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 yes. That's it. You got it. So what the identity is built on is what it's going to stand by. It's principles. It's going to stay integral to those principles, right? Now, we talk about artistry. We talk about breaking through this, I guess, figurative glass ceiling, right? The thing is that the only way we break through that ceiling is if we learn how to make money. That is the way that we are going. And I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. Hear me out. Because what is America? What is America ran on? What really do people really start listening to when you start talking? When you start talking about money, people's ears perk up. And people's, because what ends up happening is you realize that nothing runs smoothly without money. Now, we have the culture. You would think that like Boston would be already where it needs to be because the culture is strong right now. The culture is super strong and it's growing and it's getting more stronger. What I suggest is that we start learning a little bit more of the sciences of the city so that you can multiply the opportunities. And what I mean by money is really like multiplying opportunities to get money. Now, you don't have money on your mind. What you do is you create. We know that we innately create money. We have to create the systems and infrastructure to get that money, right? Keeping money on the mind, though, is very necessary. I'm working on a book right now, and my publisher, she was like, her and my mama. My mama is a money. She's here with it. She always tells me, yo, the first thing y'all need to do is come up with a budget, and the reason why is that means that is keeping you practical in your approach to whatever goal that you want to set. Come up with a budget first, and then you can come up with your world that you want to do, and then you can figure out how to multiply, right? And I think that one thing, the next shift in Boston is figuring out the money plays, because the craft, to me personally, I'm in New York, I'm here around these people. Yo, we are cold. Boston, Massachusetts, New England artists are super cold. Only thing that's missing compared to like whether it's New York, and we're gonna get into that. It's built for arts. It's different. It's not. It's different. That why we're so cold is because of the pain that we got to go through. Because we got to create everything. So don't ever think, Massachusetts, New England artists. Don't ever think that having things always isn't always the best thing. It doesn't force you to create the things that will get you to another level. It doesn't allow you to think more broad, right? Like having privilege. It's just like having privilege. Privilege isn't always the best thing to have, because then now you don't appreciate, right? So I always want to make sure that the artists understand, like, yo, y'all are cold. I just had a conversation with a friend of mine. Her name is Tori, and I was telling her how cold she is. And I was like, you're flying. You may not be high soaring in the sky, but you're flying, my dear. Like, fly. Wow. You know what I mean? You may not be super high yet. All my artists, all my peoples from Boston, y'all might not be, like, soaring yet, but you're flying. And you got off the ground. And that's what you need to focus on. It's like, yo, you're flying. How do I multiply this flying and get soaring? You know what I mean? And it starts with you. It starts with you. It starts with you. It starts with you. And then it multiplies into we. It starts with me, and then it goes into we. It starts with me, and then it goes into we. And that's what I realized, right? It's not. I want to focus on all of us so bad all the time. Oh, us. But it's like, yo, until I get me right, I can't even support you how I need you. I need to support how I really want to support, right? And I didn't know that until I went through a lot of like things, you know, and a lot of trial and error. And then you realize, oh, I need to stay in my world a little bit, create more so people can come in and I can provide infrastructure and they can boost up and all of my visions for myself. But in general, for us, when it comes to breaking through that ceiling, understand where you're at understand the tools that you have, the technology that you have, and accept it and do your best. That's all you can ask for in this artistic life. You know, get a
Mm,
budget, go for it. That's it, man. There's no right or wrong
dang.
answer. It just is what it is, man. Whatever success looks like to you, that's what it is.
If there was like a church specifically for artists, I mean, I think you'd be the pastor, bro. Like, you got my vote. Can you dig? I don't know if the move to New York was inspired at all by this phase of like trial and error and kind of realizing,
Yes.
the pouring into self. But can you talk about combos like these touch my soul? Yes. Welcome everybody hopping in. Yeah, we getting blessed today. What inspired the move?
A lot inspired the move, man. I was after COVID, which was a stressful, not a stressful. I don't like to use that word. It was a challenging time in my life. Uh, I just had got out of a relationship. Me and the team, we weren't seeing really eye to eye. We had lost a lot of momentum when it came on, like when COVID hit. And I'll tell you this, like I didn't prepare well enough for for that wrench to be thrown into, right? Like
Mm,
I didn't prepare enough to like be able to dodge. And this has always been my thing, right? This is a personal Milkshaw Benedict. Uh, uh, uh. This has been a thing in my life where I had to really step back and be like, I have to make adjustments, right? But I can't make adjustments how I want to make adjustments staying here because my mind is yearning for something new, something fresh, something a different challenge. And I've had went to New York to perform at SOBs at one of these little showcase events. Not to SOB sounds like, oh, it was crazy, but it was literally it's just a show. It was a showcase, and but I started loving New York. Whenever I went there, I felt a battery. I was like, ooh, I feel like I got all this energy
mm,
now. You know what I mean? Like I like this. I like this place. I like speed. It's just who I am. I like fast environments. I'm a Roxbury kid. So I really like that environment. And I had been saying it a lot before. And then I finally reached out to some people who I knew were artists that lived in New York, and they put me on with a job, which was the final factor. I was like, oh, I could. Now I got a job out there, like I could teach out there.
mm,
I'm good. So I just moved, and I was on people's couches. I was figuring it out. Anything music, I'm still to this day. Anything music wise, like I am like there. I'm ready. I was just at Red Rooster last night, and that's a bar and restaurant in Harlem on 125th, and they have live music every Thursday for almost every day, basically. And a lot of those musicians, and not to tangent off, a lot of those musicians are Berkeley kids. Yo,
mm.
they're all Berkeley kids. Another thing about Boston that's so fire, like people go through Boston. Like don't
Yeah.
get it twisted. People are going through Boston. Like they have been there before. Like they might not have been to the hood, but they've been through
Mm,
Boston before, right? So let me get back to things. So I want a lot of things were going on with my team, and I really just needed a new space. Um, for me, I realized I wasn't doing things for me, whether it
mm,
was in my relationship or whether it was in the team. I wasn't focusing on me. It's hard. I'm a middle child. I don't think about me.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like I'm the natural leader, but it also is bad because if I'm not thinking about me, like I said before, then I'm not going to be at my best to serve you.
mm,
You know what I mean? So I realized this. I realized that I didn't have enough boundaries. I wasn't, and I still struggle with this till this day. Like giving or sharing just too
mhm,
much, or you know what I mean? And I didn't realize that I needed to be on my own. So what is the ultimate challenge? Where do I put myself? I'm putting myself in the fire. So I put myself in the fire, man. I went to New York,
Wow.
man. New York is the ultimate fire for artists. So I figured, I got a job. I'm the job is in music, so it's not like I'm working something completely different. I'm gonna make this work, and I had to start building a new community, which is crazy,
Wow.
right? Think about this, Sax, right? You live in Boston for 29 years. Your family's there. Think about it. I'm black market. Like I'm generations in. My auntie is my godmother and aunt. My mother's sister is Kim Janey. You know what I mean? Like I'm locked in the city. I'm locked in Boston. You know what I mean? Like no hands down. On my dad's side too. People know my grandfather. They know about 3Cs. 3Cs used to be the Cultural Caribbean Center. That it used to be like a big hub. Ask
Oh,
any of your old,
wow.
ask Noble about 3Cs. Noble know about three. Noble was in 3Cs. Ask Noble. Ask Dark about 3Cs. Ask Smoke about 3Cs. My grandfather started
Wow.
3Cs. People don't know, obviously, unless you're from the older generation, you wouldn't know about 3Cs. But my grandfather on my dad's side started that. He was the president. I got the plaque and everything, right? So
Insane.
yeah. So I'm locked in Boston, right? So like me moving is like, bro, that is why. You know what I mean? Because you see what's going on in Boston. You see, I remember Haas asking me, he was like, yo, you think you made a mistake leaving? And I was like, nah, man. Like, personally, I think that y'all are going to need somebody like me. Not y'all, but I know the world's going to need somebody like me to be able to. I speak different languages.
Mm.
I'm able to go, like, not technically. I'm talking about just people wise. Like, I
Yeah.
can go to
Mm-hmm.
a different environment and be good. Not everybody could do that. Not everybody can adjust like how I adjust. I'm like a little fish, you know what I'm saying? I could be in
Yeah.
different
Little
rooms.
chameleon.
Yeah, I'm a chameleon, and I can speak. I can speak whether it be, you know what I mean? I can speak. We could go to Ebonics, but we can speak really like intelligently. Doesn't matter, right? So I think that it just fits me to be out here, because my mind is very, very expansive. And it's not to say anybody else isn't, but I am a learner, and being around all of this art. When I say that all of this art, it's like almost overwhelming to be in New York sometimes. It's
Mm.
like incredible. It's like constant inspiration, constantly. Like everybody is moving and grooving and doing something.
Wow.
It is incredible. It is honestly incredible. And then you get to see everybody, millionaires. I mean, everybody lives in New York. You'd be surprised. You turn around and talk to somebody, and you'd be like, "Word, that's what you do?" And they on the train next to you. And I want to inspire other Massachusetts people to do that in Massachusetts, because in Mass, it's true
Yeah.
too. There's people on that train, that orange line, that you never would thought. You know what I mean? You don't always have to not talk to people in Boston. You know, talk to somebody randomly. You know what I mean? And that's how your relationships may grow in Boston a little bit. New York kind of innately makes you do that. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Like it innately forces you out of your comfort zone. And that's what I wish for us. Like I feel like that's what I want for us, is to constantly be out of our comfort zone, and to be like pushing. That's why I like competition, because it's like, oh no, I don't really like
Mm.
that. I really don't like that song. But it doesn't matter. Who cares if I don't like it? You know what I mean? Go, if you like it, go ahead. But if you're asking me, let me be honest with you. Let me have an honest conversation with somebody. Let me have a random conversation. That's living. And in New York, it constantly is
Mm.
forcing you to do it. It's not even like a choice. Like, you're going to have to be on that train with that crazy guy.
Oh,
You know what I
nice.
mean? Like that guy that's tripping out right now, that's doing crack on the train right now. I mean, I can switch cars also, but you know what I mean? But like, it's also like, dude, like, that's happening, and then the total contrast is happening too. Like, oh, that's another, that person right there is super successful, or that's a famous
Mm.
artist right there. Oh, I just seen Wallow not too long ago. Me and Haas came out to New York one time, and we saw Wallow just walking. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Wallow and Gilly, and then that happens all the time though. It could be anybody. I remember running into Rosario Dawson at a film festival. I didn't even know it was her. Rosario Dawson's a famous actor. She
Mm.
She's in that new Daredevil. She was in that new Daredevil series. She was in a couple Denzel movies, Will Smith movies. But she's a big actor. I didn't even know it was her.
Wow.
I say all that to say that New York is just one of those places that is just like constantly like I don't have to ask for it. I don't have to beg for it to be there. You know what I mean? Like things are happening,
Mm,
and you just gotta you know what I mean? Make it known that you're there, that I'm with
right.
this, or I do this, or and be of service of some sort. And that goes back to my last point of Boston people. There's so many Boston people. I repeat, there's so many Boston people that are in New York doing big things, big.
Mm,
I'm so in the industry doing big things. They may not be the superstar. They may not be the person in front, but there's
yep.
mad people from Boston doing a lot of supportive work that are making things happen in New
Talk
York.
about it.
In New York,
Talk about it. We
it's
got a
us,
whole
man.
bunch of
It's
people
us.
resonating in the
Yeah.
chat too.
I
Um,
can't. I can't even see
resonates
this.
with my move here to LA right now so much. Scary AF when you leave all you know and don't have community yet, but
Mm-hmm.
worth it. Communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So when you were, in terms of the process of you as an artist building your community, building your brand, how has that process been? I'm sure, you know, the tough thing is like when you go to a market like New York or LA, these places are a whole lot more saturated. So how's
Mm-hmm.
your approach been to try and build a semblance of what you built in the 29 years that you were in Boston?
Ooh, that is a great question. That is a great question because all the positives that I just noted about New York, that is one of the things that can be perceived as a negative because there is so many more people here. Like so many more. Boston might be the size of Brooklyn.
Yes, Dart was saying that the entirety
That's
of
one
Boston
borough.
could
That's
fit
just
in
one
one
borough.
place.
It might be the size of Brooklyn. I'm not even completely sure if it's as big as Brooklyn. Right? That's just one borough.
Yeah.
So like building a brand out here is it's not rocket science. It's the same thing I did in Boston, and it's really about finding community, right? The illest thing that the time that we live in right now is having the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I don't necessarily have to build a brand from scratch. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to like build it from. I already got like history. I got products. I got things that I already have. Now I just need to learn the lay of the land of like the real world of New York, right? So what I did was I I always tap into my community who I have, right? So I was like, okay, since I'm going to this new place, I need to be around what I want to be around. So I go online, find out about all the music events that's going on in New York. I remember pulling up to some music publishing, just random stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like pulling up, man, and figuring out what's going on. Last night, I seen a dude that I saw at one of those events that I went. Like literally last
Mm,
night, I was like, oh, you was at the Audio Mac event. I was like, oh yeah. Like, and he was like, yeah, that's where I know you from. Da 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 da. Right? I pull up with a camera. I make sure that I'm a little bit more memorable. Right? Just a little bit. Like I'm talking my
mm,
language. I'm saying Zagadot. And they're like, whoa, what are you talking about? Where are you from? You know what I'm saying? I got everything I got on is Boston based. I got my fish scale bandana from
mm,
Feed the Family. I got my clothes by Tomo. I got my you know what I mean? Like my everything. You know what I'm saying? I got my hood by Milk on. I got my family famous joint. I'm always Bostoned out. You know what I mean? But
wow.
I'm constantly just experimenting, throwing paint on the wall and figuring out what people I'm trying to link people. Not only am I trying to link people, I'm trying to link them ASAP. What are you doing today? What are you doing tomorrow? I'll pull up right now. Don't
Mm,
play with me. I'm showing people that I'm willing to come and do something. Remember what I said about doing something. It don't
yep.
always mean that I got to be doing something artistic. It just means, yo, do something. I remember one of the homies who's like my close homie now, Little Things, right? He's my close homie now. I met him through Dame's cousin. I met him through like
Wow.
another thing, but now he's my close homie. I remember helping him. He set up some stuff in his house. Mind you, this dude lives in a brownstone. He got 2 floors in his crib, all different type of stuff. Like these are the homies. This is the
Wow.
homie now. You know what I mean? Like we just set up something on his terrace. My boy got a terrace. You heard? Like it was the thing. It was the covering so that the sun won't hit you. We set that up on his. I just did that because I was like, yo, let me just come through. I got you. What do you need? That's simple. Building community. Those things don't come naturally to people, but it comes naturally to me because that's how I always been. I just wanted to be around the art. I just wanted to be around like good vibes because I know that these are things. This is how things turn into other things, right? So now I've built a dope community. I don't even live. I told you I live in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even live in New York, and I got a community in New York. If I in Harlem
Jeez.
and in Brooklyn. These are the homies, and low key in the Bronx too. Like I got homie. I could be like what? Oh, for instance. Mathematic Athletics. Shout out to Peter Edward, who you guys, he's heavy in Boston. He does all the jerseys, the Roxbury. If you ever see Roxbury jerseys, jerseys, any of those, that's Peter, right? He just came out to New York, and he was in Harlem. I call him because I seen on his Instagram. I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? Where you at? He was like, yo, I'm shooting. Da da da. I was like, yo, can I come through? And he was like, yeah, of course. Da da da. Mind you, while we're there, the videographer is talking to him and he's like, yeah, man, I'm trying to find a rooftop. And I was like, oh, y'all need a rooftop? And I was like, oh, yeah, one of my homies got a rooftop. Let me call him real quick. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah, it's good. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like simple stuff like that is what is how I build community. And that's only going to grow because I only need a couple. And I only need a couple real ones because, like I said, the internet is such a big tool. I can finesse and do something. So I say all that to actually lead you to where I'm at with my branding, right? So Hood by Milk has always been my brand, right? This is the body of my brand, right? Ain't no hold up. Whenever y'all hear me say ain't no hold up, that is the mindset of my brand, right? And then Most High Kingdom is the spirit of the brand. It is the music, it's the creative side, it's all the colors and everything like that. But Hood by Milk is my infrastructure, right? And what I do and what my brand stands for is creating culture to combat chaos in our communities and to cultivate commerce. Okay, so culture to me is what brings everything towards you. We talked about money earlier. I feel like once you start creating culture, culture is what brings the money. It's not necessarily money that, you know what I mean? It's the culture. The reason why hip hop is hip hop now, it wasn't because of the rappers, because of the culture. Everything about culture hits. The music hits, the clothes hit, the way people are talking it hits, the food is hitting, the way people are dancing is hitting, the visuals are hitting. All of that is what made hip hop and to be so successful. It's not about just one aspect, right? So I'm about culture, and that's what I do. I create culture, and that's why I'm a world builder now. I don't need to say I'm a rapper. I will, because I just need to make sure you know that rapping is where everything started. I don't want people to disregard, or I don't want people to devalue the importance of rapping and understanding the science of it. But I am a world builder. I'm an architect now. I'm different now. I've grown from just doing rap, and I think that it has changed a lot of my philosophies and my understandings and my approach to making music. And now I've been focusing a lot more on the back end of things instead of the front end. Front end was like a lot of like my whole life, front end. But now I'm like, back end is where I need to be. And I think that I actually shine in the back end. I actually shine because I'm thinking about, because I think full vision, which can be a hindrance. And when it comes to momentum, sometimes, like when you're so full vision, like, oh, this needs to be this needs to be that, this needs to be that, and it's like sometimes it. But if I was in charge though, and I didn't need to make the art, I would be great because I could build everything out for you. You know what I mean? And I could really show you, like, oh, this needs to be like this needs to be like that. But I'm working on that for myself because I need to show people first before I can help them. And then I'm working on Hood by Milk. I'm working on Most High Kingdom music and art and everything like that. but my
Oof.
brand is solid.
Creative
Culture,
entrepreneurship, man.
yeah. We need to make some
101.
money, man. We need to make money. I always tell people, I'm like, yo, yeah, art is fire, but like I'm 33. I'm 32. I'm sorry, I'm 32, and I'm like, once y'all get like you young now, yeah, it's cool. Y'all can stay in your mama's house and everything like that. But y'all gonna want some bread. Y'all gonna want a family. You're gonna want things. You're not gonna just
Right.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's also real life out here. You know, like you can't not think about money, man. You can't. So
Absolutely.
keep it in your mind.
Man, the chat is definitely hearing you on the authenticity piece. Tiffany, I think the only way you can stand out in New York City or LA is through authenticity and community. Our Berkeley fam is one way. We take that with us everywhere, right? Oh, for sure. Berkeley
That's right.
folks,
Berkeley.
they've populated the entire globe.
I'm
It's
telling you,
insane.
and it's the illest thing to me being from Boston because I'm like, y'all like family to me because I know all the Berkeley kids, like all my friends, like RJ, Antonio Loomis, like all these Berkeley kids, even like the older cats, like I know them. Like those are the homies. You dig? And then seeing some
Mm,
of the younger kids coming in, oh yeah, I went to Berkeley. I was like, oh, so you've been to Darrell's, you've been to Slade's, you've been to things that I'm. So we speak the same language now. Like so, and then
mm.
not only do we speak the same language, you make music, I make music. Let's link. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally, yo, I love this combo. I literally just had this conversation last night at Red Rooster. I
Oh my
met one of the
gosh.
dudes. He's a drummer. He went to Berkeley. He's like, yo, I'm
Mm,
making this music. He's like, I rap too. He was like, oh, I'm making some house spacey stuff. I was like, I do that. I make house spacey stuff. You know what I mean? Simple stuff like that. But having that Berkeley connect, man, y'all, it's just it gives me like just a sense of like not only pride but professionalism. Like you
mm-hmm.
see these people winning, and then also being like, yo, y'all spent time in my city. Like y'all low key know the city a little bit. You know what I mean? Like y'all know what's up.
A
So
little bit. A
little
little.
bit, not everything, but a little bit. Especially if they're real Berkeley, like if they played in a church, like you got to
Mm-hmm.
experience. You know what I mean? Some of those kids, they end up playing at like Morning Star or something like that. Like they
Facts.
end up getting a gig because those are gigs. Like they need to get money while they're there. So a lot of those cats, man, I love the Berkeley. So shout out to the Berkeley cats. Shout out to all the Massachusetts,
Absolutely.
New England people that I run into out here because it's always like a sense of like, oh, word. All right, bet we locked in because
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot of us.
Right, right. Paul Willis says authenticity and self-expression is chapter one in his book on hip hop leadership, inclusivity, community building, empowerment, and resilience too.
Yes.
Absolutely. This concept of, I mean, even if you just break down the word community and commune, you do this incredible series called Word of the Day. You've been doing it for a minute. Y'all, Milk, when I said he was a wordsmith, I wasn't joking. Like, he takes these words and like breaks down the meaning of them. The other day you did one on mind your business, and it like
Ah.
made me look at the word in a way that I actually hadn't before. Can you like you did one on the word culture and it was so
Uh,
fascinating. Can you just like break that concept down for us?
of culture or of word of the day?
Both for folks who aren't familiar with that series.
Word of the day came from an old English teacher I had in seventh grade at Boston Latin Academy. Her name was Miss
Mm,
John. Shout out to Miss John. She passed, but
mm.
older white woman. We gave her hell, but I remember her class though, which is rare in my life. Like I don't. A lot of teachers weren't that good. Yeah. A lot of teachers weren't that good, but I remember word of the day, and shout out to Latin Academy, by the way. We have the most legends in the city. I don't care what.
Yes.
If you went there, you already know what the drill is. Real P was a Latin Academy kid. Noble's a Latin Academy kid. Clark D. Skip
Sheesh.
DJ's a Latin Academy. Najee Janey is a Latin Academy kid. Dame, my best friend, Latin Academy kid. Like,
I didn't even know it was this
yo,
extensive.
what's B is DJ's name? Cause I know his real name. DJ, Shout out to Luke. I know Luke. I'm forgetting his DJ name, but he's a big DJ in the city. Who else went to Latin Academy? John Beatty went to Latin Academy. And there's mad younger cats that went to Latin. I think Steph from Psycho. I called him from Psycho. That's crazy how long I know him. Steph from Thrill from Thrill went to Latin Academy. I think. Yeah, a bunch of people went to Latin Academy, man. So. Word
Sheesh.
came from Miss John's class, and me being a teacher now, it was something that I just tried out, and it was something that I was doing. I don't do it. I haven't done it as much because I'm going to change up the aesthetic a little bit, but I wanted to share another part of myself that wasn't just the music. And I wanted to share because teaching has become a big part of my brand now. And at first I didn't know how much I would love teaching, but I love teaching. Like I love teaching. It's helped me. It's informed me so much on my art. It's helped me plan better. When you talk about lesson planning, you talk about curriculum, you talk about having one lesson point to another, right? That's like having one song point to another song. Right? And then, you know what I mean? And then the
I
curriculum is just
see.
like an album. It's the same thing. I'm performing
That's
for kids
beautiful.
all the time, literally. Like, and then I'm breaking down the science of it constantly, right? Of teaching and all these things. So, word of the day
Shout
was
out to all of our artists and teachers. That crossover. I know we have Paul Willis in the chat. Hip hop teaching artists. That's
right
beautiful.
when we and I actually think it's a good look for hold on my my phone. I gotta make sure I charge this.
Oh, you're good.
Oh shoot! Hold
It's
on,
looking like another 2 hour
hold
session, y'all.
on.
I swear.
Come on,
Y'all
God.
know I got questions for days. There's too many gems.
Hold on. Okay. We good. Woo! 1%. Oh, I caught that. All
You
right.
caught that so fast.
Yeah. Uh. So the teachers, I feel like mass, we should lean into that a little bit more because there's so many people who teach and do art, because what I say about identity of us, it's one of our
Mm,
identities. And
mm.
I think and keep and put you also put this into the world. Everybody who's in the chat, put this into the world. I think it may help us get into those colleges for college tours.
Mm.
If somehow we could figure out how to relate education and the art. I've always had a vision of mass being self-sufficient because we can go and tour colleges when we have 200 plus in the state alone, or 100
Yeah.
in the state. We have like 100 colleges maybe, and then New England is like 275 or something like that. I'm like, yo, we could have our own chitlin circuit if we wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't got to go nowhere. We could you could just be successful in New England if you wanted to. If you were somehow, if we're, we got to figure out how to get into these colleges, man. That's
Yep.
where the money is at. Yo, they gonna pay you, and then we can make it a festival or some type of thing. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm. Paul Willis in the chat. It's the most engaging pedagogy, youth culture, cultural appreciation, social commentary, and relevance. And then NACA. I forget what to break into the college circuit. I forget what it's like New England Association. I forget what it's called,
mhm.
but
I forgot what it's called too, but yeah, exactly, right? So I think
huge
that,
resource.
yeah, man. I think that the teaching and the word of the day, it just came natural for me, and I feel like I wanted to share a different side of me, and it was easy, man. And then we'll talk about culture, right? So culture and what it means,
Mm-hmm.
and breaking down the word, right? When you look up the word culture, it has a bunch of different ways you can look at it, right? Even in science, when they collect cultures, right? They collect specimen, they call them like cultures and everything like that. Like you got to really look at words and be like, and break it down so that you can understand the totality of the power of the word,
Mm.
right? And culture to me, we talked about this a little bit earlier. It is the direct reflection of us asking questions, right? We created this system out of these questions that we ask ourselves. Whether it's language, it's like, how do we communicate better, or can we do this? Like how could it's like the perfect mirror for solving problems. And
Mm.
culture solves problems to me. Like it's like I don't buy into a cult unless like I had a problem
Mm.
or I had some type of tie to what they was talking about.
Wow.
And it allows for a community, but it also allows for language to work. Ooh, what peep, right? So like peep this, right? So like I can't imagine me talking to you right now and we don't agree on what the words mean, right? Like that's how powerful language is. And knowing that, like, yo, like Stacks, like you have to agree that these words mean something. You have to
Mm.
agree that that dollar in your hand actually
Yep.
is of value in order for things
Oof.
for it to actually be of value. So it's a powerful thing when people come together and agree that these are the things that we should be doing for ourselves, right? This is how we should speak. This is how we should eat. This is how these are certain rules that should be taken out because we've been through this before and I don't want to go through that again. This person should not be able to be around me if this and this doesn't happen. And building out those infrastructures allow you to have a way of life that can be in a community. I'm going crazy right now. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so like culture allows you to have community. Oh
Oof.
my gosh. Oh my God. I just came.
Oof.
I mean, I didn't really, but that's crazy.
No, you did. You did. You spazzed. You spazzed. No, that's beautiful because we keep talking about like I feel like that's such a buzzword right now. And we haven't been actually breaking down what that means. And it's so many things. So it's also tough to like explain it's like with hip hop, like it's so many things and it's tough to just put it into one box because it is the entire box. It is
Mm-hmm.
the casing. It is the infrastructure that all
Mm-hmm.
of this beauty and love and existence lives within. So thank
Yeah,
you for breaking that down. um I see you, Tiffany, in the chat. My Berkeley grad project is literally teaching the music industry how to solve individual mental health issues and give the power to the people in creating solid, healthy, successful teams and artists. Bless your soul.
that's dope. That's dope. We got it.
Bless your soul.
Stats. You should keep in contact with her because that's a dope thing to follow. Even for her and her brand. If she wanted to share like some of the process with that, make sure Tiff, make sure y'all lock in, because that sounds
Absolutely.
really dope and informative and things that artists really need.
Absolutely. Oof. I love this. What is next for you, bro? Like what is the goal to stay in New York? Is the goal to take the experience and bring it back to the city? What is next for
No,
Mr. Milkshaw Benedict?
I'm staying out here, man. I think that I'm close enough to come back whenever I want. If y'all see me in the city, it's because I'm close. So either I'm helping. Usually, if I'm back in the city, I'm either getting some work done or I'm helping my folks with black market stuff. But I'm off. I'll be
Can you
back.
speak on Black Market, by the way, for folks who don't know?
Yeah. Black market is it is a business rooted in Nubian Square. That we started the business in 2016 in hopes to reinvigorate the black dollar and economy in Roxbury to help close the wealth gap that is huge within Boston. So we first opened up and we had a bunch of like vendor markets so that businesses can come in and make money on the weekends. And then we also threw events. We've done. I think Clark's first show was in Black Market. I believe his
Hmm.
first headlining Family Famous show was there. I think Ann Bell just did his last year or this year. was it last year or this year? I think it was this year. You know, like, but we throw shows, like we do a lot of community stuff. But now we're pivoting into more of a artistic based, like partnership with people and like with gallery slash like lounge space. So like people will be able to like create in there and have like a residency. And then, but also like we're gonna have the space be like more lounge. We just got our liquor license, which is huge in Boston. But guys, I just want to let y'all know that like it's not easy to get a liquor license. And we talk about business, we talk about money, we talk about those things a lot. Laws in Boston or getting things done when it comes to politics or navigating those roads is a difficult road in Boston, and you have to be strong. And I want everybody to know, like, just be strong and keep moving forward, because there's going to be a lot of road bumps and a lot of things you're going to be like, why is this like this? You know what I'm saying? It's literally just the city being the city. Like I said, it's not built for a lot of the things that you want. Now it's up to you to change those things, though. You think that we couldn't, we do a block party every year down in Nubian Square on the block, right in front of Black Market. We couldn't do that unless my mama fought, you know, and still to this day fights for that day and that weekend for that road to be blocked off, you know, and fighting for us to be able to have a good time and enjoy this type of thing. These things are real things. People don't see those things that like you have to go through. You have to get police permits. You have to talk to the police captain. You have to do these things. And those people don't want to do, a lot of the time, they don't want to do all this stuff. This means more work for them. They don't want to do that. They're going to find ways to not do it. So they throw roadblocks at you, and they and that's just natural. For anybody who is in control and doesn't want to do something, don't take it personally. Just find another solution and figure out how to get it done, because you can get it done. Just don't think that there's not enough resources. Stop thinking that. There's plenty of resources. Stop thinking that. We're done with that. Boston, we're done with that. Don't stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't even say crabs in a barrel, because absolutely, like, yeah, we get it, but also, nah, there's enough resources. People just aren't. You're not asking the right questions, and you're not keeping your head down. If you're complaining about things, it's like, all right, my G. If you're complaining without solution mind, it's just like it's Boston, bro. Like it's hard. It's not gonna be easy, dog. Like these people, it's deeply rooted in this place. Like it's not meant for the weak. So Black Market is essential to the culture of Boston. People don't understand. Yeah, you have events, but none of y'all have. There's never been a block party in the hood that has brought the people that we have brought to the city. Just had Slick Rick in Roxbury on stage in Black Market. We just had Dougie Fresh there. Like, there's no other place that you can't experience that unless you go to New York, and for free. Nobody's paying. It's for free. This is for the hood. You heard? Yeah, you feel me? Like this is for the hood. We do that. Black Market does that. You dig? Like we do a lot of the things people don't see, and that's okay with us. And I want to acknowledge this, and I want to make sure artists know, if you are not being acknowledged, that is a high sometimes, because it's about what's happening behind closed doors that really matters, and then the proof will always be in the pudding. So don't worry about what if you didn't get acknowledged. You know how many times I didn't get acknowledged? You know the word yerp? You know yerp? You know how long I've been saying yerp, and how many different ways I've said yerp? I've been saying yerp. Ask anybody. I'm telling you, it's not that I made up this word or I made up this. I don't care that everybody. Imagine if I was just like try to own that word. Oh, you're only saying that because of me. And it's like, no. And
we didn't get that from New York?
No, I didn't. I know that for a fact. I didn't. I came from a drunk night in college one time. It was it was me and my roommate, and it was like he was down the hall, I was down the hall. He was like, "Yerp," and I was like, "Yerp," and then I started using it for other things. I was like, "Yo, pass me that yerp over there," and then he was like, "Yerp," and we just started using yerp.
I'm dead.
Yo, dead serious. Like I just started using yerp for everything. I started substituting words for yerp. I was like, yo, let's get a little yerp. I'm just trying to get a little yerp up and yerp out. You feel me? Like, literally, people, I'm trying to tell you, and I don't do that because I'm just like, yo, that's not what creativity is about. It's about sharing it, and then like, you know, people who know, people who don't. Like, it's all right, it's cool, and I'm not gonna say I brought it to the city, but I was for sure one of the first out here, like
Y'all heard
on
it
my
here.
years.
Y'all heard it here first.
For sure. That's just one. That's just one. Tie-dye socks. You see all these Nike. I was doing that before Nike was doing that. A
Wow.
bunch of things, man. A bunch of things. Like I've done, and I'm just like it gives me. It honestly, it doesn't hurt me. It honestly gives me like
Mm.
hope. Like I'm doing good. Like if people, I thought of that idea and somebody executed it, but like somebody else executed it. But at least I had the idea, and I'm like, oh, this is a viable
Mm.
idea, Milk. Like you could do this. Like go ahead, bro. So I think what's next for me right now in my life is building the back end of everything, and I got a book coming out and an album coming out
Beautiful.
in March. Yeah. So Paul, he has the same publisher as I do.
Mm.
Shout out to Destiny. She's the best. If you need a book published, holla at her. She's from Boston. She's located in Houston right now. But she's from Boston. Super ill resource. I mean, like just the best. And my book is called The Process, and I detail my life.
Wow.
Yeah, I detail my life. It's memoiry, but also like a workbook. Like I have prompts in my book. I have pictures. You know what I
Wow.
mean? I have things. It's a very experienced, interactive book, and
Mm-hmm.
I go over the different things. I go over what we talked about. I go over like Boston not being the city that you want it to be, but that's only because of the way it's built, right? I go over like the problems that I ran into when it came to like being an artist, and like, you know, those moments of feeling invincible and then realizing,
Mm.
you know, you're not like, you know, realizing you're not like friggin' Kendrick Lamar, you know, and like I go through all these things, and the whole idea of the book and the subtitle of the book is called I Should Give Up, Huh? And I'm basically giving you
Mm.
a bunch of reasons and a bunch of times where in my life where I either felt like I should give up or it was looking dark. And then I also give you some times of my life where the reason why I kept going. And
Wow,
then
Milk.
yeah, and then I want to sell it. I want to make sure I
Wow.
can get it to like kids. I want to make sure I can get it to into some schools, so that uh, they just have a good understanding of trusting the process. And then the album goes along with the book. Every
Mm-hmm.
chapter, every chapter of the book is the song title of it on the album. Um, it all coincides. It's a really incredible. It was an incredibly scientific, amazing process. No pun intended. Coming up with this, so I'm excited to release it,
Mm.
and I'm just building up towards it. So now I'm like, all right, I need to like release some more stuff before it. Like I need to get into
Oh
like
my
a groove.
gosh.
One thing about me, and one thing about me is that I'm a little old school. So like when it comes to like online things, I'm not as quick. You know how people, you know, post.
Yeah.
I recently just let it go. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Mm.
I'm done caring about it. I'm just gonna post something. So now I'm figuring out what's my process look like of posting. How does it look? Let me make sure it looks good. And then I'm just gonna release stuff. I'm gonna release some music before the album. I'll release art or anything that I have, and just let it go, man. That's one thing we got. Let it
Yeah.
go. Let it go.
A word.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I love this evolution for you. This is so beautiful to be part of the journey of seeing that. I feel like you in your little metamorphosis era, and I'm here for it.
No.
Big bro, a social media influencer. Okay.
Who said that? Who
Well,
said
Dame
Dame? That's my
versus
so
Deuce.
Dame is so Dame. So let me tell you one thing. We're gonna end on this. So Dame is my best friend since kindergarten, right? Yeah. One thing about Dame could have been a rapper, right? Dame is the most influential non-artist in Boston. like he should be an artist, but he's not. Right. So like I remember I started a lot of this I started with Dame. Like when it comes to like the King Most High Kingdom or Ain't No Hold Up, we started together.
Wow.
We experienced that together, the whole way we came up with that idea. Like managing me for a little while, even though he didn't really know how to manage anything. He was really just like my partner in crime. He still is like my partner in crime. Really, like we do what if I need something, I might call him to do something, right? He's the way how I met Rob, right? Him and Rob are cousins. That's big bro for real. Dame is right here, and he's in Brooklyn. He's so you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So we out here, man, and he's playing around right now in the chat, but Dame is everybody know who Dame is, and we gotta introduce you. To Dame, man. For sure.
Man, it's the Sandbox Kids.
Yeah, kindergarten, Renaissance stuff right there.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Man, where can people find you? Where can people support you? When is this book dropping? Let us know.
Yes. Hood by Milk is my Instagram, HOODBUYMILK. That is my Instagram. That's usually where I'm at. You could also follow me on TikTok. I am Milkshaw on TikTok. MILKSHAW. I gotta change that to Hood by Milk too. But I'm Milkshaw. If you type in milk, most likely it'll pop up.
So I've never met another Milkshaw, but you might be the only.
I'm the only one. That's the best thing about that name for sure. I'm the only one. There's no way. I come up with the book next March near my birthday. Coming with the album
Beautiful.
next March. I would say, if you want to tap in with me, I feel like just in general about anything, hit me in my DM. I'm always even if you don't see me posting. Believe me, I'm always working on something. If you see my room, I got all my thoughts around. I'm always in a creative space. So even you, Stacks, if you ever want to just brainstorm about something.
You already know.
Yeah.
Locked in.
Especially when it comes down to getting things done in the city, right? Because I've done events. My mom has done events, so I know through her what it takes. My aunt was the mayor. I know what it takes. I got you. You need some information on how to get whatever it is you need to get done. I'm your guy. I'm super supportive. So, my first song ever was called Support. So I'll add.
Notes around the room is crazy.
Yeah, that's all my thoughts and all different.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I always keep my room with a mad scientist,
Dang, bro, constantly in the lab. I feel it. Milk, there's not enough words in the dictionary. You probably know 95% of them. I'll tell you right now. There's not enough words in a dictionary or a thesaurus to thank you.
Thank you.
I need a verse. Oh, somebody's asking for a verse.
A verse right now?
Sure, I mean, why not?
Thick, so soulful, so elegant, penmanship. I hope it gets me ghetto rich. Cop a car just to smoke a L in it. Top boy, take a L in it. Like to talk, so he L in it. I'm a degenerate, can't take me out my element. Went to see Mikey in Brooklyn, had to take the L again. I always stay elevated, but I'm afraid I'll lose myself like Eminem. I need an M and an M and another M. Now that's eloquence. These flows is effortless. Black cement threes, my footprint been elephant. Big stomper, 10 toes like I kick soccer. Kick flows like a TED Talker. Big dog might outfox ya. Look what the hood brought ya. I'm the last author from making beats on a locker to a lock doctor. I had the keys sent to team. Big dreams and big dreams. You can see out my EYEs. I used to ask God, please fulfill my needs. Bless us all so we can eat off heaven's EBT. They don't really want smoke. They CBD. They wear masks because of me, not the CDC. Sorry, I'm playing. Zaga that.
Jeez, bro. Zagadat. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
You gotta have a little freestyle.
All of that.
You gotta have
all of that.
Always.
All of that.
Yeah. I know he got freestyles ready. He always gotta have something.
For days, man. For days. Oh, I'm always in awe of just seeing even the ciphers, just seeing. That's such a skill to be able. That was all off the dome or pre-written?
No. Off the domes is not gonna be that eloquent. I'm gonna be around me. Usually, if it's off the dome, I'm gonna be like, yo, Stacks, always talking to me about these facts. I'm gonna, keep it on wax fact. I'm gonna just be talking about other stuff. But nah, I feel like you always should keep at least 3 joints that you have memorized in your pocket, just in
Just
case.
in case for moments like
Because I
this.
can freestyle, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you should always be able to freestyle. But if I wanted to just like have some, I don't really want to freestyle. I got this real quick. I'll show you who I am in these little bars right here. So
Smart.
I got that.
Paul, they wear masks because of me, not the CDC.
All right, you know
Yeah,
that.
bro. Yeah. Thank you so much. Um, on behalf of this entire city, I want to thank you for all the love that you've poured into it. And I love what you said earlier about the fact that even in New York, like you rep Boston heavy from head to toe. And that's rare. You get a lot of people who end up leaving and they kind of morph into these other identities based on whatever city they go to.
Yeah,
And they kind of leave it behind. So I appreciate you, and I'm sure everybody in the chat appreciates you for keeping the identity there and keeping it in your heart and soul wherever you go.
I have to. I have to. Just like Paul, I have a chapter in my book a little bit about authenticity and where I come from, where we come from in Roxbury, in Boston. We can sniff it out. We can sniff it on people. We don't do.
Mm.
I'm 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 to the core, man. I'm Boston to the core. I can't even fake it. I can't even. I
Mm.
can't fake anything, low key. You could see it on my face. I'm a bad liar. I'm a bad liar. I'm not good. Like don't unless you prepare me to lie, I cannot lie. Like it won't.
I'm dead.
I won't be good at it. You'll know.
And you shouldn't be good. That shouldn't be anything
Exactly.
that you ever aspire to be good at.
Exactly. Like I'm not.
Oh man.
That's it.
This was so beautiful. I see some people joining. We're about to end, but please, y'all heard the information. Hood at Hood by Milk on Instagram. Please support your boy. Um, we're
Support
here
stacks.
every. Oh yeah, no, of
Yeah.
course. I'm just a vessel, man. I'm just a vessel, making sure that we keep the love strong and the hope strong. That's the hardest part. It's very easy to complain and what you said earlier about like not bringing solutions to the table. And so I'm part of. I'm just trying to connect the dots out here, but you're one of the dots. So thank
You ain't.
you for still being in the pipeline.
Of course, man. You ain't trying. You doing it. You doing it. And if we can take some notes on stacks, she literally made this happen in 2 weeks. So always the fact that you're doing it is the best thing. I'll never forget that. Like doing it. I know that planning. I'm in a planning mode now, but that's only because I've done it for so long, right? You got
Hmm.
to do it. You got to really like fail and do it and step into it in order for you to really understand it. So the fact that you're doing it is
I
amazing.
appreciate that.
Shout out to you just being kind of receptive and listening and um being a leader when it comes to thoughts. And that's where it all starts, and understanding like like
Hmm.
thoughts are important, and having conversations like this are important, and it seems like you're really tapped into the city already, and I'm very proud already.
Thank you.
Keep doing what
Thank
you're doing.
you.
If you ever
I
need
have
anything,
questions. I have so many questions, bro.
yeah.
These are I'm literally taking notes, bro. Like every session, like every human being, every soul that I come into contact with is part of the answer, is part of the solution. Like you have the answers, bro. Like, but it's
have
up
some,
to the
have
people
some,
within the city. You okay? I'll
have
give you that.
some,
I'll give
have
you
some.
that. But
Yeah, no,
you don't have none. Like you have so much to offer, your
yeah.
insight, your perspective, and the fact that you are now putting it into a book that like for generations moving forward
Hmm.
they'll be able to reference back to, like even what you mentioned about New York and how what that process looks like. I hope y'all realize that's the same process for any city. Anybody who's trying to even just break it into Boston, like, you just gave so much of the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate everybody in the chat for being here and for the support. We're going to be back here every Saturday at 2 p.m. with more special guests, more talks on the city. And again, y'all are always welcome. Every perspective is welcome. It's all in support of pushing this mission forward and pushing the culture forward. So I appreciate y'all. And every session will get uploaded on YouTube. This one will be up, if not today, by the end of this weekend. If you want to rewatch, I'm definitely gonna be rewatching and playing some of the preaching back. And if you know anybody who missed it'll be up there in the archive. So thank you again. Have a blessful rest of your weekend. I appreciate you. And next time you're in Boston, I'll probably see you around, bro.
Yeah, I would love to. I'll come back Thanksgiving. So I would love to link, and we could just get to it. Let's get to some work.
Say no more. All right, y'all. Peace.
I'll see you later.